My very first moments of the day are quiet. It's dark outside before sunrise, and my wife and 6 children, they're still sleeping. The first thing I do in the morning is wash my hands. It's an ancient Judean practice that's meant to set an intention for the day. My first act is purifying. My hands' work today should be aimed toward higher living. That's why the blessing is al netilat yadayim, at the raising of the hands, not washing the hands. We want to elevate our actions to our higher aims. Then I dress myself in exercise clothes, not only to save time, but to send a message to my body to prepare for action. First the right shoe, then the left, starting the day on the right foot, and starting the process of waking up from the slavery of morning grogginess. For me, coffee is key in the morning. I'm waking up early, and I bait myself with a cup of sweet hot coffee to help me get out of bed. You shouldn't tyrannize yourself. If you wake up early, reward yourself. Give yourself a treat, something to help you get out of bed. Incentivize yourself. Every morning, though, I take my spoon and I scrape off some of the sugar. I learned this practice from the Piaseczna Rebbe, the rabbi of the Warsaw Ghetto. He taught while you're drinking sweet coffee for your body, ennoble your soul just a little bit and take away some of the sugar. A small victory for your higher self to start your day. For the last year or so, since Corona, I've broken from the Orthodox or community practice. Synagogues are closed, so from the get-go in the morning, I put my talit and tefillin on. Wrapped in a talit, with tefillin wrapped tightly around my arm and crowned on my head. It's like I'm cloaked in good. It's like being hugged by God, and for a moment, the infinite and unseeable God is somehow close. One tefillin placed close to my heart, the other one on my head, straight between my eyes. These actions, this practice, is a form of meditation. The box between my eyes aligning my vision and my aspirations with my higher self, connecting what I know in my head all the way down to my heart, through my hands into my actions. A Jew lives in a covenant, a relationship with God. Wrapping my fingers, that's like my wedding ring, my everyday commitment. And as we put them, we recite the eternal words of the prophet Hosea. I will betroth you to me forever. I will betroth you to me with righteousness and justice, with love, kindness, and mercy. I will betroth you to me with emunah, faith, and you will know Hashem. Then I journal. I start my day clearing my mind. Perhaps a thought, an idea, or dream came to me at night and I don't want to lose it. I have verses, mantras, like life guidances that are on the first page of my journal. Just glancing at the phrases for a few minutes aligns me with who I want to be and how I want to live. Waking up in the morning, clarifying your thoughts into words is powerful. Instead of stumbling into your day, you plan out your day. And there are 3 questions you need to answer. What do you need to do today? What do you want to do today? And who do you want to be today? If you do that before your day will be profoundly different than just snoozing your morning away and stumbling into your day, just reacting to whatever hits you. If you want to understand more about Judean prayer in the morning and meditation and how to start your day, you can check out my free ebook called The Judean Art of Waking Up. Hey, I can finally talk because my kids aren't sleeping yet, but I just wanted to show you how dark it is outside right now. And right now, actually the truth is with the human eye, you can already see that the sky is starting to change now a little bit. But this is the most special time of the day, before the sunrise, to not allow the sun to wake us up, but that we proactively take control of our time, take control of our lives, and we wake the sun up. And that is the beginning of freedom. Then I take time to learn, to read. I try to always be reading, but the default in the morning is just to learn the Parsha, to learn the Torah portion. Reading, learning, it's what we all know we should be doing, but once my kids wake up and the day starts pulling me in a million directions, it's just not possible. The focus that I have in the morning when everything is quiet is so much better than any other time. Now I'm finally out of the house. I can just show you this is the way we're meant to wake up, to actually watch the sun rise. And this is the time that I pray for myself, for my family, for our fellowship, for Israel, for the world, but it is to awaken the new day. And there's something about our eyes watching the sunrise that gives me, at least, a certain burst of energy, a certain moment of inspiration. It's like, I'm free. I woke myself up. I didn't let the sunlight wake me up. I took charge of my time, took control of my life, and now I'm awakening the day. That's the way it's meant to be. So now you can see the sunrise is bursting over the mountains of Jordan here in the mountains of Judea. And that is a beautiful way to start our day. All right, the next stage is I'm suited up. It's a pretty chilly morning here in the mountains of Judea, but I got my gloves, I got my earmuffs, I have my earphones, and I go for about a 20-minute run. And usually what I do then is I'm listening. Maybe I'm listening to a previous fellowship session that I want to really enter into my heart. Maybe I'm listening to Jordan Peterson. Maybe I'm listening to a good Torah class. I'm listening to something interesting. So while I'm running, I'm also learning. And that's a great use of time. So here's the thing about the morning run. It's cold outside right now. I definitely don't want to be doing this. My body doesn't want to be doing this. I mean, the body sort of untamed, untrained. It's like Jabba the Hutt. It just wants to sloth around, not move, stay away from pain, get away from suffering, just comfort, relax. We're slaves to that. And so in the morning, we have to break free and actually take control, get a little bit out of our comfort zone, and go running. Get the body flowing, get the blood flowing. And according to the neurological studies that I'm familiar with, you need about 15 to 20 minutes to really break a sweat and to really let the active ingredients in our minds come out. Dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, all of that help us focus, help us feel good, and they can all be activated naturally through exercise. So every morning, 20 minutes, listen, when the weather's really miserable, so I have an elliptical inside, and instead of listening to the fellowship in the mountains, I can listen to something or watch something on my phone. But 20 minutes of physical activity is an absolute must for me. All right, friends, I just finished my run, and now I'm by our pool, and probably what's the most important part of my morning routine, and that is immersing myself in this freezing cold water. And so there's an ancient Judean tradition called the mikveh. And what's happened over the last 2,000 years is the mikveh has turned into sort of a warmish pool in the basement with fluorescent lights, an elderly man eating tam-tam crackers. But the original mikveh was in the Jordan River. It was in the waterfalls of En Gedi. The water is freezing. The water comes from the Hermon Mountains, and the natural mikveh was immersing yourself in cold water. Now, in recent years, I've discovered the incredible benefits of cold exposure therapy. Now, I'm a person that kind of just wakes up, and I usually have sort of a bad feeling, maybe an anxious feeling, a nervous feeling, a heavy feeling. And in some ways, that's my body saying something is going to go wrong. It's just like in a mode of being nervous. And maybe for thousands of years, that really helped me protect myself from tigers and snakes. But today, it's just annoying, and who wants to live with that feeling? By putting yourself into freezing cold water, your body actually, something terrible is happening to it. I mean, falling into freezing cold water 10,000 years ago, that's the end of you. You die. Your body and your primitive brain, they don't really know much more trauma than entering into freezing cold water. And if you stay in long enough, your brain sends out everything it can to help you survive falling into cold water. It's like tricking your brain. Serotonin and dopamine, endorphins, everything is sent out to help you survive. You start breathing really deeply and you oxygenate your body. And then what happens is, when you come out, Your body was like, we thought something bad was going to happen and we were nervous. Something bad really happened. You were in freezing cold water. And then you come out and your body's like, oh, we survived. And that bad feeling, it turns off. And the pain and the kind of discomfort that you feel in the cold water, that's just a purifying process. That's how I interpret the feeling now. It's energizing, it's empowering, it's purifying. And perhaps that really is the secret of the ancient mikveh, helping us really reset our minds and start our day strong. Because let me tell you, we don't just go out of Egypt once a year on Passover. We need to get out of Egypt every single day, and we're locked inside our bodies. And my body looks at this water and it does not want to go in. And then I reassert control. And something beyond my body, call it my soul, my mind, my higher self, my spirit, overcomes my body, and I take control again. I liberate myself from my body as I go into the water. And when my body's calling me to go out of the water, I stay in the water, once again reasserting my control. And coming out of the water after 3 or 4 minutes, you feel like $1,000,000. And that's an amazing way to start your day. Okay, so I just got out of the freezing cold water. It's so cold. I mean, I woke up this morning and there's frost on my windshield. So the water has just been, just had time to just get ice cold overnight here in the mountains. And when I get out of the water, I was in there for a little bit more than 3 minutes now. I come out and my body is so grateful to be out of the cold water. And then right at that moment, right as I'm kind of warming myself up with my towel, and my body feels just so grateful to be out of the water. That's when I align my thoughts and my mind and my heart, and I just have moments of gratitude where I give thanks for my life, for my family, for today, for all the blessings I have in my life. And it's really the only time where I feel like my body, my soul, my spirit, my heart, my words, my intentions, they're all fully aligned in gratitude. And let me tell you, how could you start your day better than that? Shalom, my name is Jeremy Gimpel. A few months ago, we started an online seminar teaching life-changing biblical wisdom revealed from the original Hebrew and straight from the mountains of Judea. With global instability on the rise, more and more people are turning to God, realizing now they don't exactly know where to look for guidance. The Bible says the guidance will come from the land of Israel. What started as an online seminar has grown into a global fellowship with hundreds of members from over 30 countries. We're participating in fulfilling prophecy as we learn the Bible through the eyes of prophecy, with a focus on what it's telling about us in our lives today. What you will discover is that the wisdom transmitted thousands of years ago is speaking directly to us in our time right now. Instead of learning the Bible as a religion, it's the Torah of Israel, the living guidance of God. So please join us for our next online gathering and get access to the full library of teachings that the Land of Israel Fellowship is offering. Join now and get an audio series on the prophecy encoded in the book of Joshua, absolutely for free. Just click on the link below or email fellowship@thelandofisrael.com. I don't know how you found this video or what compelled you to click on that link, but I don't believe in coincidence, and I would encourage you to take the next step on your journey toward the Land of Israel. I hope to see you at the Land of Israel Fellowship. Shalom.